What up everyone, it's your man Xman87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends wishlist video, and what I have for you today is my top 10 Marvel Legends character costumes I want to see that haven't been made yet. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's go! Okay, so the other day I was just thinking about some of the costumes for characters that I want to see made for Legends. I started thinking about a classic Banshee in the green and She-Hulk in her Fantastic Four outfit, but those were already made during the Dark Days, so as much as I want to see them updated, I won't include them here because, again, they were already made and it defeats the purpose of my list. Then it got me thinking, what costumes haven't they made that we still need or that I want to see? So I started compiling a list of costumes that I like, pulling from the comics, which some had figures already made from other lines like the Vintage Toy Biz, Marvel Universe 3 3/4 line, and some that never had an action figure before, but none of the following have been made in the Marvel Legends 6-inch series yet. So hope you enjoy the list, no honorable mentions this time, and without further ado, let's start the countdown. Kicking things off at the number 10 spot, X Factor 80s team. I really need an X Factor Jean Grey to go with my X Factor Cyclops. Not just her, but the rest of the team, such as Angel. That to me is very important to have, as that's where his wings got mangled by the Marauders, which led to the birth of Archangel. Maybe one day we can get an X Factor wave as we get closer to a HasLab Apocalypse for figures to revolve around him since he first appeared in X Factor. Number 9, the Future Foundation. Another one needed since we only got the Future Foundation Spider-Man back in 2012 or so. How the hell did we go past 10 years after that figure's debut in the line and not get any of the members since then? Well, now is the right time as they can update that Spider-Man after they failed horribly in QC with the reversed Future Foundation suit, so they'll have to make up for that. Marvel Universe had a cool variant pack of the team, so I'd like to see Hasbro do it all in one box set and knock them all out instead of chasing them wave after wave. Number 8, a classic BLASTAAR. I think I'm not the only one waiting for this version. I like my San Diego Comic-Con version, but I just prefer the classic so much more. This will give a fair chance for those that missed out on that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Thanos Imperative box set back in 2014. He's just a classic Fantastic Four villain needed. Just looking at that Marvel Universe 3 3/4 figure of him tells me that he would be a superb bath choice for a Fantastic Four wave. He's got that big, hefty, massive, bulky look you'd want in a bath, and he would just make for an awesome figure. Plus, how can you go against a Jack Kirby design? You just don't, because he's the king. Number 7, Daredevil Origin Suit. Crazy to think we don't have a figure in this costume yet, especially after the craze that came from the 2015 Netflix Daredevil TV series. I would love that big, bulky Frank Miller art style from the Man Without Fear comics, but knowing Legends, they won't go for that. They'll either go MCU or, well, not MCU, you know, whatever Netflix falls under, or go for a much slimmer build to be more linear with the rest of the line, like a Red Skull body. I think it'll still look cool though if they pull it off right. This is one I see many going after, and it's one I've been wanting way before it caught mainstream popularity from the TV show. Number 6, Uncanny Spider-Man. Okay, so this shit right here is brand new in the comics, and it got me so freaking hyped when I first saw it revealed. Taking one of my all-time favorite X-Men characters in Nightcrawler, then combining him with my all-time favorite Marvel character, Spider-Man? Bruh, it's gonna make for one of the craziest concepts ever. Now, the comic issue just came out this month in September, so no spoilers here as I still haven't read it, but I'm going to as soon as it shows up on my Marvel Unlimited app. Just the design itself is godly. This is an easy one for them to do. They can just retool the Amazing Fantasy body to add the bendy tail so that he has more articulation. They'll most likely reuse the hands and feet from the old Nightcrawler, but I'm really hoping for articulated toes this time around. All I know is that whatever or whenever this comes out, it's guaranteed a top 10 spot. Number 5, Colossus Juggernaut. I couldn't believe my eyes when Colossus struck a deal with Sidorak to become Juggernaut. Seeing those two bitter rivals for so long and then mashing them up into this one concept was visually mind-blowing for me at the time. The design is just stellar, and it looked great in the Marvel Universe 3 3/4 line as a simple retool. Another one that's easy for them to do in Legends form with just new arms, a new head sculpt underneath the helmet, and a new belt needed to be added. Picturing it in the Legends line, this has the calling for a BAF of the year if it ever drops. Number 4, Team X Wolverine. I eat up all their Wolverine figures. I really do. I think he has the best Marvel Legends buck ever made by Hasbro, and all his figures look great in whatever costume he's in. This goes all the way back for me from the Toy Biz 5th edition figure. It's very nostalgic for me, as that was one of my favorite Wolverine figures as a kid. Toy Biz also did one at a bigger scale, about 12 inches or so, labeled Spy Wolverine. Marvel Universe also had a figure of him as well, so Legends gotta have one of their own, and it'll be so much better. Not just the new parts that'll make it better, but the thought of getting more Team X members like Maverick and Sabretooth in this uniform would have me drooling at the mouth to potentially complete a team like this. Yeah, Wolverine with guns? Give me that shit now. Number 3, Goliath. Okay, this one I'm going to play it safe here and go with the red and blue Goliath colors instead of the blue and yellow that I want most, because it can get a little tricky knowing that the blue and yellow Goliath was in Marvel Legends Series 4, but that was an old 90s vintage Toy Biz mold that didn't match that current generation's POA. Then the Marvel Infinite Series 3 3/4 line had a 6-inch Goliath using the Marvel Legends Bucky Cat mold. That to me is still technically a Marvel Legends, just used to complement that line's scaling. Again, the purpose of this list is never before made or haven't been made for the 6-inch Marvel Legends line. Going with the red and blue choice and making him a 12+ inch supersized deluxe would be best, because let's just say whether the HasLab Giant Man doesn't fund, or if it does fund but for the collectors that can't afford it, this would be the perfect alternative choice to display amongst their Avengers collection. The Marvel Universe Giant Battler series has that 12-inch scale, and it complements the 6-inch Legends figures so well. I think it's a great scale, and I hope Hasbro is considerate to collectors by giving backup options just in case. Number 2, Outback PSYLOKKE. You already know I'm a huge PSYLOKKE fan, and you already know that this was going to be on my list, or at least know that this costume is needed. I absolutely love this design for PSYLOKKE, with the thin armor over the tights and then the cloak over it with the mask underneath. It's just a kick-ass costume. Some new tooling would be heavily involved here, I'm sure. Maybe they can then use some existing parts and mix it with the AOA Shadowcat to later make a Lady Mandarin out of it. It'll be interesting to see, but this outfit is needed as we are so close to completing the X-Men Outback team, as we just need her, Colossus, and Storm. And the number 1 spot goes to Dark Avengers Miss Marvel. I always ask, what the hell, Hasbro? Every year that goes by where we don't get this version of Miss Marvel, most of us must feel that way because it's the easiest one out of this list for them to make. It's a simple repaint on the Shriek body, but hopefully now she can be on that new female blank body that Dwight Stahl said is being worked on, which will feature the super articulation that Black Widow has. That'll make the wait worth it. They can do what the Marvel Universe 3 3/4 line did for theirs and include 2 heads, with Carol Danvers having short hair and the Moonstone head with the long hair. That way you can choose to display either of them with your heroes or villains. I really hope they get the ball rolling again for the Dark Avengers, because most of them need updates by now. Hands down, Dark Avengers Miss Marvel is my most wanted. Now I kick it back to you. What are your most wanted costumes that we still don't have yet in the Marvel Legends line? Which of these in my list are in your list? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another Marvel Legends wishlist video. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xmanny87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.